Square Enix released their JRPG Octopath Traveler as a Nintendo Switch exclusive upon launch last year. They now release a new trailer which will bring the title to PC in June 2019. The latest trailer gives a peek into what PC players will get to experience for Octopath Traveler. This is the first platform Square Enix has decided to bring the retro-inspired turn-based RPG to, since launching on the Switch. Players will get to choose from 8 different characters, each with their own immersive background as well as abilities in the fantasy world of Asteria. The gameplay introduces turn-based battle but with an added boost ability, which can give added attack power and combos during each turn. Octopath Traveler is currently available to play on Nintendo Switch and will launch on June 7th for PC. The Spring Blossom Festival for Monster Hunter World will be upon us once again. Those who missed out during the first Spring Blossom Festival may earn unique items this time round. Both consoles and PC will have the festival during the same time, although events will differ. Players will be able to collect Spring Blossom tickets that are needed to craft the Spring Blossom Festival exclusive armor and weapons. Daily login bonus will grant 2 tickets. Daily bounties for players to cash in to obtain appreciation fireworks and appreciation tickets. Every Sunday players can obtain golden tickets, item sales and special meal platter will return. The event will take place between April 25th at 8 AM EDT until May 16th at 7:59 PM EDT. The festival will have previously released events quests available for the duration of the event. These older event quests offer players new armor pieces, increased drop percentages for items, increased hunter rank experience, and other various benefits. This is a limited time event, so make sure you undertake the events you need while they are available. To check out all the details, be sure to read our Monster Hunter World Spring Blossom Festival 2019 content guide. You may remember towards the end of last year, CMON Games had announced that they would be bringing Bloodborne to physical form with a board game. They now announced their Kickstarter will go live this month. From Software's challenging and dark RPG Bloodborne released over 4 years ago, but their fanbase still holds strong. CMON Games have adapted the title into a board game which will launch on the crowdfunding website Kickstarter on April 23rd. Backers will be able to help support the project to make this board game a reality. The board game has been designed by Michael Chanel and Eric M. Lang, who also produced the Blood-Borne card game. The tabletop version sets out to be quite different from their previous game, with a number of miniatures based on the characters and enemies found in the game. In an article released by Wired, Sony confirms a few details on the next generation of their console. One of these major confirmations is the compatibility between the current PlayStation 4 and future PS5. Looking to bridge the crossover when the next PlayStation gets released, players will still be able to play their current PS4 games on the next console with backwards compatibility. This will be a welcome feature as it is something that was missing from PS4, with the exception of PlayStation Now bringing in previous releases to the catalogue of games. The exact details on the extent of the backward compatible capabilities are still a bit thin on the ground, but the recent article by Wired states, because it's based in part on the PS4's architecture, it will also be backwards compatible with games for that console. Those who were hoping there would be some big announcement for PS5 to launch this year will have to wait, as it won't be landing in store anytime in 2019 according to the article. There will also be a 3rd generation AMD Ryzen processor GPU based on AMD's Radeon Navi, which supports up to 8K resolutions. The console will also include a SSD, which sets to reduce load times. PSVR will also be supported, but Sony was reluctant to share more about the next generation of this. The publisher 1Z Entertainment and developer Six Eyes Studio has announced that the tactical RPG Fell Seal Arbiter's Mark will be launching on PlayStation 4, Xbox One and PC on April 30th. Fell Seal Arbiter's Mark is a narrative-driven game with turn-based tactical RPG elements set in a fantasy world of Tierra with steampunk inspiration. Players will take on the role of Arbiter Kiri, a member of the Mortal Council set with the task to keep the peace and order throughout the kingdom. However, a darker force is now taking hold, leading Kiri to question the motives behind Tierra's leaders, leading your troops through different scenarios and fighting challenging encounters. The title came to Kickstarter last year and surpassed its 40,000 goal by over $5,289, with 1,197 backers. Players can experience an in-depth class system with over 20 to choose from and 200 abilities. Other features include over 40 story encounters and challenging endgame content. The creator Jeff Keighley and executive producer Kimmy H. Kim will be producing a live segment which will take place opening night of Gamescom 2019. The live event called Gamescom Opening Night Live will be an English livestream which will highlight announcements from major game publishers as well as independent developers. It will also host world premieres of new game footage and appearances from prominent gaming industry figures. Gamescom 2019 Opening Night Live will stream on Monday, August 19th, 2019 at 8 PM CEST, 2 PM EDT, 11 AM PDT from Cologne, Germany. More information will be released running up to the event. With recent news of the series' filming locations and the lead in Geralt attire, we now get news that the Netflix The Witcher series will release fall 2019. The Witcher Netflix series will be making its way to fans sometime between October and December this year. This clears up rumours that the series may not be released until 2020. In an article by Variety, the Netflix Chief Content Officer Ted Sarandos spoke of the new series and seasons coming to the streaming platform, which included The Witcher. The showrunner Lauren Schmidt-Hissrich has previously shared that there will be 8 episodes, not revealing how many seasons. The series is based on the books, but Netflix are drawing inspiration from the protagonist Geralt from CD Projekt Red's games. Netflix The Witcher series will release sometime this fall 2019. THQ Nordic and Black Forest Games released a new trailer for their upcoming survival RPG Fade to Silence, sharing a peek at the game. This frosty new trailer shows off some of the otherworldly enemies, all set in a wintry wilderness. Fade to Silence takes place in a frozen post-apocalyptic world where not only the elements will pose a threat, but there are supernatural-looking enemies. The title also brings a puzzling storyline to solve, a challenge to gather resources, and an atmospheric ambience. The trailer also features some darker forces, which looks like a nightmare inspired by Lovecraftian terrors. The game mixes in traditional survival RPG mechanics with combat against the monstrous creatures. Players can play in single player or team up with a friend to co-op to battle the horrors together. The voice that is featured in the trailer definitely adds to the creep factor, especially when out alone in the forest. It's definitely an interesting concept, survival with HP Lovecraft enemies to fight off while enduring the elements. Fade to Silence is currently in Steam Early Access but will release on PlayStation 4, Xbox One and PC on April 30th. Well, that's it for the Week in the Wikis. Please join us again next week for yet another great week of gaming. Remember to check out our VIP program for some exclusive supporter benefits, and Bunny writers should take advantage of our Become an Author initiative. Thanks again for being part of this great community. Keep checking in with us for news, reviews, YouTube streams and vids, and general wiki goodness. Follow us on social media for all the latest and greatest. The more followers we get, the larger the army of the Fexers grows.